Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Does Boxing. We back again with another one. We got a big one this week. We got a big fight week coming up. A lot of fights, man. We definitely got the biggest one of the year so far, the biggest event in the U.S. We got Canelo versus Crawford. We're going to talk about all of that, where you can watch it, all that good stuff. But we also have a big fight week because we actually got fights starting tomorrow. So y'all know how we get down with this boxing. Before I get into it, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for sure. My man JC in the building. What's good with you, JC? Salute to you. Banks Hayes in the building. What's good with you? Cam J Network in the building. Salute, bro. I see you working. Salute to you. Unbiased Brown. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. PGA's Big Dog. What's good with you? Yes, sir. All right, let's get into it, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of fights too, man. That's what we talking about right there. As a boxing fan, this for us. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got this. We got a card tomorrow, September the 10th. So this is part of the Canelo Crawford fight week. This is gonna be during the public workout. So you'll have guys working out, then you'll have fights, live fights. So you got 5 fights right here. The most notable guy on this one is Bek Negabek. He's the guy that's sparring with Canelo. Southpaw. He's from Uzbekistan. He's a pretty solid fighter. You got a good heavyweight fight. The Cuban Torek versus Skylar Lacey. Skylar Lacey can fight, but he be on some holding type shit. That fight he had with who he fought? Brandon Moore. That shit was trash. Brian Salgado. That's another guy out of team Canelo. Another guy that was in there sparring and helping Canelo get ready. So these guys get the opportunity to showcase their talent in front of a big platform. You know what I'm saying? It's free to the fans out there in Vegas, and we'll be able to see it. So I'm hearing it's going to be on the Netflix, YouTube channel, and on the Zone. So we got opportunities to watch this. It should be dope. You know what I'm saying? Just to get some fights, get it started. You know what I'm saying, for a big fight week. So yeah, that's what's up. That's always dope to see fights. Also the 11th, September 11th. So we got this card right here. So this is at the Fontaine Blue, the same as the card I just spoke on. So this one was announced a couple of weeks ago, headlined by a world title fight. Anthony Oscar defending his WBO title at 112 pounds against his mandatory Juan Camacho from Puerto Rico. So pretty good fight. Oscar Waga's in a good position. He wins. He can get a unification at 112 pounds. He's a stablemate with Jontu Nakatani. So we may see Nakatani in the building. You know what I'm saying? But they got the same trainer and stuff like that. Jaleel Hackett is back. He's moving up to 154. He's gonna face Elijah Vines out of Philly. This is a must win for Jaleel. Like, he been having a rocky couple of, you know what I'm saying, 6, 7, 8 months, right? He coming off a loss in December, you know what I'm saying, where he was looked like he was struggling to make the weight at 147. Eddie threw him under the bus. Then he had a fight scheduled with that guy that beat him in March, and then he hurt his ankle. I don't know what he was doing. I think it was running again, cutting weight. He hurt his ankle the day before the fight. After they weighed in, he hurt his ankle. Some shit like that. Some crazy shit. So he been having a crazy couple of months. So he gotta get back in position. This a new division. 154 is smoking hot right now. It's crazy. So he gonna enter the division. There's a lot of guys up there for him. And this is a tough fight. This Elijah Vines guy he can fight. He switches from back and forth, orthodox to southpaw. He fought in that TCL league, but he haven't had a fight in over a year. That's the only concerning thing. But this is actually a solid fight, man. Jaleel Hackett might be on upset alert for sure. If you know, you know. Boston Mikey, what's good with you, bro? Yeah, I like him too. Good fighter. Good solid fighter. You know what I'm saying? We got Alvarado versus Garcia. Another matchup with two young guys. You know what I'm saying? Getting an opportunity. Jamar Talley, he's part of Team Crawford. Cruiserweight. He been in that camp helping Crawford get ready, and just been training with those guys. So he's gonna face Isaiah Thompson. So y'all tap in for that. So we know Team Crawford got a busy week. They got 4 or 5 fighters getting fighting during this week. So That's what's up. That's good to see. You can catch this live on the Zone. You know what I'm saying? It's Thursday, September the 11th. So make sure you guys tap in. So we're gonna get off the Canelo Crawford fight week for a second. We got some more fights all across the world to cover. In Germany, we got this card right here. Aegon Sports has a card, so it got some notable guys on this card. You got some Cubans. They signed a bunch of Cubans. Arlen Lopez, a light heavyweight. He can be a world champion. Lazario Alvarez is another one, lightweight. These guys can be world champions down the line. You know, the Cuban school of boxing is something different, right? We have the return of Arnold Kaga. He's coming off a loss to Joey Gonzalez. But if he get a win, he's facing Solis, Libero Solis from Dominican Republic. He get a win, he can be in position to get a world title fight. I know that shit sound crazy, but Rafael Espinoza is looking for opponent in November. Arnold Kaga is with Top Rank. If he wins and get, you know what I'm saying, that seemed like a you know what I'm saying, a cheap fight for him for them to make down in Mexico. So we'll see. It's an important fight for Arnold Kaga to get back on the winning streak. So yeah, that's what it is, man. Aegon Sports Show. We gotta cover everything, you know what I'm saying? Here's another one from Puerto Rico. So this is an interesting female fight. This is at the welterweight division. Pinero versus Hulet. These ladies are fighting for the WBA interim title. Now we know Lauren Price is a 3-belt unified champion at welterweight. But she's been, I don't know what's going on with her. I know she got promotional issues, and you know what I'm saying, with her boxer don't have a net. Well, they got a network, but they haven't had one over the summer, so they getting back in the groove. So this fight right here is actually interesting because Pinero is a good long range boxer, southpaw. You know what I'm saying? She got some power too. So, and they trying to market her as the next up and coming top Puerto Rican fighter. So Hulette is a good fighter too. She's tough. I think her only loss is to Sandy Ryan. She's from Canada, so she's tough and durable. But I think Pinero definitely has the talent advantage, the size as well. I expect her to win this fight by decision. So we'll see. We're going down to the Dominican Republic on Friday. Now, if you guys follow these cards right here, it's the Schwan Boxing YouTube channel. They'll have like 15, 17 fights on the card. They be having long cards, but we got some notable guys on this card. We got the return of Michelle Rivera. Haven't seen him in a while. He's definitely a contender at 140 pounds. Having some promotional issues with Salida, and we really haven't seen much of him since he tested positive against Frank Martin. So hopefully, and he left Samson as well. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he get back in the groove because look at 140 or 147. I think Michelle Rivera probably can make some noise. Because he's definitely, I think he can make 147 pretty well. He got the size and he's tall and rangy. So yeah, he's back. We got Surrey is back. Surrey, y'all remember Surrey fought Floyd Schofield. He got disqualified. He's actually a good fighter. He got discipline problems. If he can keep that shit on the wraps, he's actually pretty solid. And he was doing well in the TCL. So yeah, so this card right here is Schwan Boxing YouTube channel. Friday, September the 12th. You can watch it, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If you guys don't got no boxing and stuff like that, feel free to tap in. It's a long card, but hey, I want to see Michelle Rivera, see how he looks. It's a bunch of Dominicans on the card. All right. Also, Friday, we got the return of Chocolatito. So he's coming back, making one more last push. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting at 118 pounds against Hector Robles. You can catch this on ESPN Knockout. It's a hometown fight, home country fight for Chocolatito, who is a veteran and future Hall of Famer in the sport. So yeah, it's like one more opportunity to see him. Like in his heyday, you know, Chocolatito was one of the best uh, combination punches in the game. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely at the tail end. I don't want to see him face no killers like Jontu or any of the young guys. I want him to fight some of the guys, some of the older guys that's still kicking. Nonito Donaire makes sense to me. If he wins this fight, that makes sense. I don't want to see Juan Frisco Estrada, except for that one. That's the only old head I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Chocolatito and Bam, even though people calling for that because they had a legendary sparring match and stuff like that. But I'd rather see him versus Nonito, to be honest. So we'll see. Chocolatito be, what I'm saying, he be getting busy. He never in a boring fight, So one more run for him. All right, so we're gonna kick it to Saturday. So we got a couple of cards on the zone from one from Germany and one from Denmark. This one right here is from Germany. These guys fight for a WBA gold title. Ryu versus Zergo. I ain't never heard of these guys like that. I seen Ryu fight a few times. He's 17-1, but they just caught my eye because they fighting for a WBA gold title at 154, and that's a high division. Anything that moving in 54, it got my attention. So, you guys want to tap in? It's gonna be on the zone. They got enough clout to put this on the zone. So yeah, I'm tapping. I'm gonna see what's going on with it. We also have a super middleweight fight, pretty solid fight right here. Jacob Bank versus Tyrone Zorge. This is a good fight. Zorge, he's a former secondary titleist. He's a solid fighter. He gave was it Zach Parker a good fight recently. He's solid. He's been around for a long time. Jacob Bank, he's with what's the dude's name? The dude that run Riaz, Spencer Brown. He's with Spencer Brown. So if he wins, he's in a position to get a big fight at super middleweight. So we had to cover these cards right here. So one from Germany. This card right here is from Denmark. So if you guys want to tap in, we got boxer all week. All right, now we get into the Matchroom show. This one's in Ireland, September the 13th. It's a rematch. It's for the vacant IBF welterweight title. These guys fought earlier this year. Had a controversial ending with Donovan hitting after the bell and stopping Crocker. So they're gonna run this back, man. They got big stakes on the line. Let's talk about the undercard first, though. So you have Molly McCann's coming over from the UFC. She's making her pro debut. So I don't know. We'll see. Aaron Bowen is on the card. He's an up and coming prospect. You know what I'm saying? So this is an all Irish show. And from my understanding, they got like 20,000 in that soccer stadium. So it should be rocking and rolling. Pat Brown, the cruiserweight, the Olympian, he's back on the card. Tyrone McKenna versus Dylan Moran. That's a rematch. McKenna stopped Moran, I think, late last year. So they're going to run it back. So it should be cracking. The fight that I'm looking forward to is another fight at 154. Ishmael Davis versus Kevin Ajaku. This is a good fight right here. Pretty much 50-50. It's for a WBA regional title. And like I said, 154. Look, if Lima can get a call to fight Boots, these guys is in position too. You know what I'm saying? These are matchroom fighters. And the way shit was looking, it looked like Boots may not get a big name. So these guys is definitely in position for some big fights at 54. Ismail Davis coming off a knockout loss to Boca Chuck. He took that fight on short notice when Majamal pulled out. Kevin Ajaku coming off a good win. This is a good fight right here to set the table for the main event, which I can't wait for. Yes, sir. So, main event, man. I thought in the first fight, Donovan just outboxed him. You know what I'm saying? Crocker looked a little one-dimensional. Even though he's a big puncher, it looked a little bit one-dimensional. Now, it was a lot of elbows and a lot of rough stuff going on. And then it culminated with the controversy with the late blows after the bell. But other than that, I mean, tactically, you know what I'm saying, the way the fight was going, I don't think it's going to be any different. So let's see. Donovan is a good boxer, real good boxer. I like Donovan when he's coming forward. He got Andy Lee in his corner. Andy Lee is up for Trainer of the Year. Crocker, Crocker's a good fighter. If you stationary, he's a good puncher. He's a good body puncher as well. But I just think, I don't know. I don't know if this matchup suits him. You know what I'm saying? It might be a bad style. But it's for the vacant IBF, so it's a lot at stake. Both guys is from Ireland, so it should be rocking up in there, man. I can't wait for this. It should be pumping up in there for sure. He said, "Thank you, Dub. Man, I appreciate you, bro, coming through the building." Yes, sir. So yeah, man, I like this fight. This is a rematch. You got a lot at stake. So let's go. All right, so here's the big one right here: Canelo versus Crawford. Big event going down in Vegas, September 13th, Allegiant Stadium. We all know what it is. These guys on pace to finish like third or fourth in the live gate in Vegas. That's dope right there. So let's talk about it. We got a deep undercard as well. Starting with the prelims, you can catch it on UFC, YouTube, Netflix, YouTube. I think WWE as well. It's gonna be all over, so you ain't gonna be able to miss it. So you got Sergey Bogachev versus Brandon Adams, a rematch. These guys fought a couple years ago during the pandemic, Ring City, USA. Brandon Adams came from behind to stop Bogachev in a good fight. He was losing that fight up until that point. So these guys kind of like been circling each other, and now they fighting on Saturday on the prelim. So this is dope right here. Bogachev, he's number one in the WBC at 154. This fight is actually at 156. So these guys don't have titles on the line, nothing like that. So it should be pretty good though. Let's see. I want to see the adjustments that Sergey Bogachev made. Donovan repeat without DQ. Yeah, I'm thinking Donovan. I like Donovan in the fight too. Ivan Daichko versus Jermaine Franklin. So heavyweights. We know Jermaine Franklin. He's noted for his losses. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I don't like to give a lot of guys props off of losses because it's something you didn't do right. And I don't know if we want to give them that much praise coming off a loss. And losses because he's noted for losing to Dylan White. I actually thought he won that, but he didn't do enough at the end of that fight to get it. And then the AJ fight, he just looked pedestrian in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He was out of order in that fight. So he's coming off a long inactivity. Jermaine Franklin. Uh, I like Jermaine Franklin around. The story gonna tell what type of fight we're gonna get with him by his weight. If he come in about 245, you know what I'm saying? Something like that, 240, 245. We may get a good active fighter. Because the thing with Jermaine Ortiz, he can fight. He got good hand speed, good skills, good defense. He got a great chin. You know what I'm saying? It's just he fights in spurts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times he fighting in spurts because he's not in the best of shape. Let's see where he's at in this fight. Dashko, old big 6'9", heavyweight, about 250. Got the amateur pedigree. He ain't really fought a lot of top names, but he been around for a while. Just haven't really fought a lot of top names. He's a big puncher too. We'll see. This fight, I can see this fight kind of being kind of ugly. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see though. But hey, if the winner is definitely in position for a big fight, like even Moses Tomo is calling out Jermaine Franklin, like you know what I'm saying, because he need rounds, and Jermaine Franklin give guys rounds. So let's see if we can put it together. Yeah, he didn't look good against Fox. I would. That's a good point. Yeah, Brandon Adams is definitely live because he can box, he can punch. Yeah, he didn't look good against Fox. I don't know if he was sick, out of shape, or whatever. I thought he won the fight though, but he didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? I like Jermaine Franklin here. Franklin is well-rounded fighter. I'm gonna go with Daichko in this fight. I'm gonna pick Daichko. I think Daichko will win this with his range. Rayo Tsunami versus Javier Martinez. So Tsunami is one of the ring ambassadors. Good young fighter, fun to watch. I think he made his pro debut on the Times Square card. Then you have another fight in July. He's an exciting fighter. He's fun. He's with Ismail Salas. Sultan Al Muhammad. He's from Saudi, so some of the Saudi fighters is on this card, getting some looks. So he making his pro debut. Yo, Steve Nelson versus Rayco Santana. This is a tough fight. This is a tough fight for Steve Nelson. I gotta look at these odds though because Santana, I think he's like 10-4, but everybody he fought, Lester Martinez, what's the kid name? Just fought over the weekend. Truck Simpson, he beat Truck Simpson. He fought one of Benavidez fighters. He got robbed in that fight. He dropped that dude twice in a 8-round fight. He should have won that. This is a tough fight for Steve Nelson. Coming off a loss, a spirited effort against Pacheco in January, but he came up short. Santana is one of those guys that's crafty. He got underrated power. He can box. he's tough, man. Like, and he's been staying active with that TCL shit. So, well, not TCL. I'm not trying to diminish it, but it keeps guys active, and now they're getting big fights. So, no, salute to them for sure. And Steve Nelson, let's see. He been riding the coattail of Crawford. Let's keep it a buck. He came up short against Pacheco. He got started too late, and I think when he got cut, he lost his game plan. But he's tough. This is a tricky fight for him. If he can blow through this dude Santana, then that's saying something. Marco Verde, he got another opponent, a late replacement. He's facing Sona Akale. Y'all remember Sona Akale? He beat Nico Ali Wash. You know what I'm saying? So he was the first one to beat him. Verde is part of Team Canelo. He was getting him ready for this fight as well. So yeah, it's good to see him. Super middleweights. Verde is like that. He's an Olympian. He got one fight under his belt, or maybe two. No, one fight. But he's a good southpaw, good boxer. So yeah, we get to see him on the prelims, open up the show. So that's good stuff. All right, to the main card. We got Muhammad Alakale. He's facing Travis Kent Crawford. I don't know if that's the guy is related to Crawford. I don't know. I ain't never heard of him. Some new shit. But Alakale he's from Saudi. He's one of those guys that Turkey is pushing. He's been on all these guys undercard. He just fought August the 16th, so they keeping him active. The one I think is maybe the best fight on this card, though, Christian and Billy versus Lester Martinez. I don't see how this gonna be a bad fight. I don't see. These are two big, strong super middleweights. And Billy, tough, strong, durable guy. With all that muscle, he know how to carry it late. He's a big puncher, throw a lot of wide hooks and right hands and stuff like that. He like to fight on the inside, and he's tough, and he been battle tested. You know what I'm saying? That Gongora fight, he went through a lot of shit, but he came through. But since then, he been kind of running through guys. Except for the Derevyanchenko fight. He had a tough go with that. That's a tough veteran. But this is for the WBC interim title at 168. These guys got the winner, got a lot at stake and get some big fights. Lester Martinez is a big puncher. He's good. You know what I'm saying? He kind of take his time to get into the fight, but he's strong. You know what I'm saying? He got heavy hands. He's coming off a knockout victory over Joshua James in a good fight where, Joshua James was known to upset the apple cart, but he ended up stopping him in 3 rounds. He's team Crawford. So yeah, he's gonna be ready. This could be a good fight. This could be fireworks. I actually like Billy. I seen Billy go the rounds and he's tough and durable. Lester Martinez, I seen him struggle in that Rico Santana fight when guy was giving him a lot of pressure. So let's see. And Billy is definitely bringing that pressure. So that's a good fight though. And for super middleweight, it's a very important fight. I like Rico Santana. Yeah, I think it is about 50-50, bro. You're not even tripping off that. You know what I'm saying? Nelson did well against Diego, but he's been inactive. He only fight when Crawford fights, basically. Why isn't Billy a 10 rounder? I think in Billy work rate. I'm not sure why. There has been interim title fights as a 10 rounder before. Uh, Tevin Farmer and Wells Zepeda, first fight was 10 rounds for the interim title. I like him Billy in the fight, but it's a good fight though. Two big punches. Callum Walsh versus Fernando Vargas Jr. This gonna be fun too. This is at 154. Callum Walsh is the Irish young up and coming star. They're trying to build him like in the mold of Conor McGregor, but this guy is exciting. He's a southpaw. He got good power. Haven't fought like the craziest competition, but he's good though. I like him. He's with Freddie Roach. Now the only downside about this fight for Callum Walsh, he's coming off. He got cut in his last fight in June. It was a bad cut. I'm not sure if that cut healed all the way. That's something for you guys to look out for. If he get touched on, it don't look like it's healed. If you see him at the workout and interviews, tap in with that cut. It don't look like it healed already. He got some scar tissue. So that could be a factor in this fight. This is about two southpaws. Vargas Jr. southpaw. He's all right though. He's not a bad fighter. This is a step up for him though. He been fighting okay C minus type of opponents. This is a step up. Two young guys. I like it. I like this fight. I like when two young guys is fighting early in this stage of their career. Uh, Colin Wash, if he wins, listen, he's on the road to stardom. Like the way they're gonna build him, he's gonna be like the front man for this TKO boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? He's already tapped in with Dana White and Tom Laughlin and all that shit. So this should be fun though. It should be fun. It's a 10 round fight. So both guys, I think Count Watch went 10 before, but we're gonna see. This it's fun though, interesting. And then the main event. So it's so much to say about this main event, and we done heard it all. The size, the resumes, that this and that. But there's a lot of stuff to speak on. Canelo Crawford. So Crawford, we know what he's bringing to the table. Um, a good ring IQ. He's a southpaw. He ain't really switching too much these days, even though he do got that in his bag. But he ain't really switching too much. So I'm gonna keep him at the southpaw. He throw punches from a very awkward angles. Like what I'm saying, that's what makes him so difficult. And he's shown in the Spence fight he does have a good jab. Well, not just a Spence fight. You go back to the Diaz fight. He showed a real good jab in that fight. I think that can be the key in this fight right here. I think we know Canelo fights in spots, in spurts and spots. He like to ease his way into the fight because he's so crafty and he's so experienced. I think Crawford got to win those quiet rounds, bro, and he got to win it and make them clear. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of times when Canelo is easing his way into the fight, he only throwing one punch here, one punch there. When you're along the rope, he'll throw a punch to your elbow. He ain't really doing too much early, but once he started to get his rhythm, he'll pick it up. But I think Crawford definitely got to use his legs in this fight, not run and move all fight, but use his legs and get out of certain spots when you have to. Definitely stay off the ropes. If we keep this fight in the middle of the ring, I think he have a good opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a knockout, but I see Crawford. I can see him edging this out. You know what I'm saying? And definitely picking up down the stretch. Both of these guys are so experienced. Canelo, you can say he definitely more experienced, but Crawford is experienced at this level too. And these are two of the best fighters since Floyd Mayweather, right? So they've been at the top of the pound for pound list and the biggest names since forever. And just like a fantasy fight come true. So I think the keys to victory for Crawford, I think he got to be careful with the exchanges because I think Canelo got the faster hands. That's one of my keys for him. Stay out the ropes, get his jab going, and definitely set up his angles using his legs, and he can get a decision. I think. I know we're in Vegas, and they say he 4 rounds down and shit like that, but I think Crawford can win this fight. Yeah, I think he can win it clear too. You know what I'm saying? He want to fight, so I think he gonna have opportunities to try to fight with Canelo. And I know the biggest thing, if he can take Canelo's power, if he does, I think that's gonna give him so much confidence. I think he's gonna start stepping to Canelo. Not a lot of guys come to fight Canelo. They just kind of go through the motions and they see his aura. They get knocked down early in the fight and then they just cruise to a decision. I don't think Crawford gonna fight like that. You know what I'm saying? He just seems too competitive just to let that type of fight happen. So we'll see. Canelo, go to the body. Definitely go to the body. You know what I'm saying? I think he has to pick up his work rate a little bit more too. I think he does have fast hands though. And I think his punches can get to the mark quicker than Crawford's, to be honest. So I think he has that advantage. Let's see if he uses his size. That's the big narrative. He's the bigger, stronger guy, but he been this weight forever, and conventional wisdom says, you know, he's going to use his size. That's going to get him over the top. But will he use it? What I mean by when they get into the clinch, will he be pushing Crawford? Will he put his head down? Will he be the big, the bigger man in the fight, or will he just have a boxing match? I think he gotta take it to Crawford and get close to him. Crawford um, he do pull straight back with his hands down, and that's an avenue and an opportunity for Canelo to step to him and kind of land something long and looping. The straight right hand down the pipe is going to be there for him in the southpaw situation. We've seen Majimov land like six right hands in a row. So Canelo definitely can pick up on that. It's an interesting fight. I think it's going to be tactical. I don't see it all out war, but I do see some stretches of the fight that a fight going to break out. But I think for the most part, both guys going to fight smart, and we'll see. I think the winner of the fight, whoever win like those last back half fights, like 9, 10, 11, you know what I'm saying? Because I pretty much think it's gonna be pretty much even. I just see it as an even tactical fight, and then like the last 4 rounds, who steps it up to win those last final rounds. So let's see, bro. It's a lot of shit can happen, man. A lot of stuff. I think Callum can stop Vargas. No, I think so too. I'm just concerned about his cut. Vargas is pretty raw. He is. I would agree with that, bro. All the fights I watch of Bud, he's done a lot of 50-50 exchanges. I think it's going to be his downfall. Man, definitely could be. The Eagles Kavalasis fight. Um, I think that was the biggest one that jumped to me. The thing about him though, he get hit, he ready to get his shit back. A lot of people thought that was a downside for him, but him getting hit is actually he steps on the gas. So let's see if he can take it. Um, Bud don't really box, jab and move. He lures you to trade, then counter. Gonna be tough versus Canelo. Yeah, it will be. I think he can establish a jab though. You know what I'm saying? He can establish a jab. Not gonna lie, I think Canelo could hurt, but shit, let's go. Too much weight jump. I don't think the weight gonna be an issue to be honest. Canelo dropped a bunch of people, so him hurting Crawford is not like what I'm saying, some crazy prediction because he done dropped damn near everybody that he's fought recently. So I don't know, but let's see if we can put him down. Yeah, they did. They had a lot of 50-50 exchanges. The key for that fight was Porter's footwork. His footwork and his angles was keeping Crawford off balance until Crawford, did what he did late. But yeah, no, that was. And Porter not like a big puncher like that, but there was a lot of 50-50 exchanges. So yeah, you on the bro. Salute to you. All right, so we're gonna close it out with Sunday. So we have Naoya Inoue versus MJ Ahmadaliev, undisputed fight at 122 pounds. Look like this fight is going to be on either ESPN Plus. It's definitely going to be on ESPN Knockout, but ESPN Plus is more suitable for U.S. fans. Man, great fight though. The best fight in this division. We're gonna talk about it. The undercard. So we got Take. He's the WBO champion, 118 pounds. He's defending against his mandatory Christian Medina. So your Shaky Take. He's coming off a first round knockout win, and since Junto is moving up to 122, he has a claim to being the best in this division. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? Christian Medina is a tough fighter from Mexico. Should be a good, solid fight. Takada versus Mishimoto. They are fighting for the vacant WBA regular title at 105 pounds. So of course, Oscar Collazo is unified champion, and when you unify in a division, that's how you can fight for a regular title. You know what I'm saying? So those are the two fights on the other card. Hopefully, we get the announcement for some TV soon. So we gotta see anyway. All right, main event, yo. This is a good fight right here. This is a good one. I'm glad Bud got this fight. Definitely rub Spence wrong. Definitely rub Spence fight the wrong way. Spence fans, oh yeah, they'll be all right. They putting in work this year. Yeah, they've been doing their thing, man. Salute to them. However, with Bud win, I have no idea. Canelo could KO him. I like Crawford. I'm gonna pick Crawford in the fight. All right. Anyway, and MJ, like I said, best fight at 122. MJ is a good fighter, good puncher. I like what he did this year to get this fight. I mean, he didn't just stay uh, inactive. He actually stayed busy. He fought in December. Anyway, fought in January. He fought in May, the end of May. Anyway, fought at the beginning of May. So they've been keeping pace and they've been keeping active. This is an interesting fight, man, because MJ has the same trainer as Cardenas. You know what I'm saying? So Joel Diaz get a second look, back to back looks. And anyway, so I expect MJ to be real technically sound, alert, and solid in this fight. Like he can't be more prepared than any. You know what I'm saying? He can't be more prepared. You know what I'm saying? Having his coach seen this fighter twice, and Cardenas had success when he dropped anyway in that fight. So those guys is like thinking they can do the job, and I think they have an opportunity, especially if you can land that left hand, because anyway has been susceptible to getting dropped by left hands. Neri, Cardenas, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. The key to the fight, I think, is going to be the footwork. Like anyway has good footwork, but MJ does too. He has good angles, and let's see what's going to happen when anyway start touching MJ, because a lot of the guys be in the fight with anyway, but once he started to unload and start let his offense go, these guys kind of wilt and fade. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. Anyway, technically sound. Uh, good boxer, puncher boxer, however you want to say it. He got knockouts in all different ways: body shot, jab, left hand, right hand, uppercut. So he can punch. And I think this one of his last fights at 122, and this fight right here will effectively clean out 122 for him. So I like anyway win this fight. I think it's gonna be late though. I think it's gonna be one of the tougher fights because of the footwork, the power. He gotta be alert in this fight. But he normally steps up against top competition. When he fight his best opponents, he normally put on his best performance. So, and he got a fight lined up in December. So I don't know if that's gonna play a factor, but I think he's pretty good. He's been having fights lined up. He had this fight lined up in May when he got dropped by Cardenas. So I don't know if that's gonna be a factor, but this is a good fight. Real good fight for 122. It's gonna cap off a big week of boxing. So let's go. Same thing he did in May with Cardenas, because that weekend was crazy. We was mad as hell that week. That Times Square card was kind of trash. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of action. That Canelo Williams score shit was some bullshit. And then anyway, Cardenas went there and went crazy. So maybe we get the same type shit. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Um, he said that definitely makes the fight more interesting. He talking about with the coach. Anyway, by fifth round. Okay, fifth round. I like him late. I like him late, like 10 or 11. But let's see though. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, sir. So that's all I have, man. Salute to everybody coming through the building. You guys can tap into the website if you want to check out the schedule. If you want to reference that, feel free. But we got a lot of boxing this week, so hopefully everybody can tap in with it. And let's go. You know what I'm saying? Everybody get a chance to watch that Canelo Crawford card. It's on Netflix. I know everybody got somebody's Netflix account, so we should be good right there. So it should do some real good numbers, man. It should be dope. So salute to everybody coming through the building. Thank you for your time, and I'm out.